they just crushed the Spurs last night. And all of a sudden now with Steph back, it seems like now when Steph and Jimmy Butler play, they are unbeatable here. What's their ceiling, you think, in the West?
Listen, they could lose in the first round or they can get to a conference finals here. I think it's all about matchups. I mean, if they're getting a 4-5 matchup against the Lakers, I think it's going to be a tough out. But when you look at, excuse me, the all-guard lineup of Moody, Podziemski, Curry, Green, and Butler, 11-0 with that starting five there.
I want you to take a look at something, Bobby, here, because the Warriors barely out of the play-in tournament. They're holding a half-game lead over the T-Wolves. Now, the Lakers have lost 4 of their last 6. They're only 2.5 games clear of the play-in themselves. Don't forget, L.A. plays the Rockets tonight, and overall have 4 games left against Houston and OKC. Okay, so Perk joins me here. Give me your thoughts on this matchup, Lakers-Rockets tonight.
Oh, I love it for the Lakers. And although the Rockets been playing some outstanding basketball, I think Ime Udoka should be, in the conversation for as Coach of the Year, along with Bickerstaff, Kenny Atkinson, and a few others. Let me say this. The Rockets' style of play offensively fit into J.J. Redick's game plan. The way that the Lakers like to play defense as far as loading up the boxes and elbows, taking away the driving gaps, and forcing teams to make threes. The Rockets are 25th in the league for as made three-point shots. And that's not going to cut it against the Lakers. And when you think about the IQ on the floor, LeBron James and Luka against that young Rockets team tonight, I got the Lakers winning this game.
Bobby, give me your thoughts on it.
I think the Rockets are the second best team in the Western Conference, right behind Oklahoma City. I think they've done enough this year from a consistency standpoint. They're 15-5 since the All-Star break. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA. And I agree with Perk as far as the ability to make shots. I think Jalen Green is the wild card. If Jalen Green can make shots tonight against the Lakers, and I think they're going to dare him to shoot 3, Houston will win this game. But I like everything that Houston's been able to do. I don't think we give them enough credit. We talk about the Lakers and the Warriors a lot, but I do think this Rockets team is the second best team in the Western Conference.
You know what my grandma used to say?
Come on.
When somebody have a hard head, God bless his heart. He don't know no better.
You don't know no better?
He don't know no better, baby. Listen, Bobby, here's the thing, right? Listen, the Rockets, great regular season right now. But we know, you know this, Bobby, that scouting report goes from one sheet of paper to a textbook in the postseason. That's how deep and detailed the scouting report. The shoot-arounds go from 1 hour to 2 hours, right? And so when I bring that up, they have to go through it, right? Yes, you have Fred VanVleet, who's a champion. He done been through it, right? You have Dylan Brooks that been through a couple playoff series. But outside of that, Tari Eason, Jalen Green, Şengün, Amen Thompson, they got to go through that, right? They got to go through those playoffs and prove it to me that they could go through it when they're in that type of scouting report. And again, you look at a guy like Alfred Şengün, who I call him Baby Jokic. And people say, oh, he will be a matchup problem for the Lakers. I say otherwise. I thought that when the New York Knicks played the Lakers, Karl Anthony Towns was going to have it his way. J.J. Redick stopped that. I thought the same thing when they played the Denver Nuggets. All of a sudden, Jokic had his worst game of the season against the Los Angeles Lakers. J.J. Redick game plan when it comes to taking away bigs and pay points is really, really good.
Oh, if you listen, we got a lot more talking about the Lakers here in this show. By the way, ESPN got an NBA doubleheader coming your way on Wednesday. Donovan Mitchell, Cavs host Cat and the Knicks. That's at 7 Eastern. Then you got SGA, the Thunder hosting the Pistons. Coverage tips, countdown at 6:30 Eastern. All right, coming up, new season. Same story, though, for Dallas. Have they done enough? And it was the Suns leading at the half. But let's get to the third here, Perk. Durant drives, go down, turned that ankle bad. Couldn't hardly put weight on it. Had to be helped to the locker room. Would not return.
And I hated BC. Individually, Kevin Durant has been balling. Individually. Not the Suns, but KD.
Well, here we go. Rockets up by 35 at this one point. And they, look, Green had 33. Rockets win 148 to 109. You take a look at here. Houston maintains a 2-game lead over the Nuggets for that 2 seed. Timberwolves, they're trying to claw their way into one of those top 6 seeds. They're outside the playoffs. You want to talk about that is the Suns. They are 1.5 games behind the Kings for the last play-in spot. I guess the question here, Big Perk, you look at KD, they already said he's not going to travel on their 3-game road trip at all. We only got like 6 games left. Should they just, is he done for the rest of the season?
Yeah, this season is a wash. They might as well shut Kevin Durant down. Outside of, the Philadelphia 76ers, the Suns are the biggest disappointment, second biggest disappointment in the NBA, and there's no reason to bring KD back. You could just tell, man, the energy is off, the spirit is off. They're so inconsistent, and this is the prime example of a team that plays individual basketball, right? This is not a team, and I've been screaming and harping, about this far as no leadership, right? This team hasn't had a leader since Chris Paul. We thought Devin Booker was going to be able to take that leap from coming back from the Olympics. He talked about he wanted to be a better leader. We didn't see it out of him. Obviously, KD don't want to embrace the role of being a leader. So, if I'm the Phoenix Suns, yes, I sit Kevin Durant down for the remainder of the season, especially the way that the Dallas Mavericks have been playing of late since Anthony Davis has come back. I don't think they even have a shot to get in the play-in.
Wow. Bobby, are they done, you think?
At 11 o'clock last night on March 30th, the Phoenix Suns season officially ended. And it didn't end with the Kevin Durant sprained ankle. It ended when they basically laid down to a Houston team last night and basically had no fight. And I'll say this, Perk said they're the second biggest disappointment. They're the biggest disappointment this season. They're at least were healthy this year. Philadelphia wasn't here. And they have nothing to show for the Kevin Durant trade except for 2 playoff wins. That's it. And they're going to be sitting home in about 2 weeks from now.
Interesting. We're going to talk a whole lot more about the NBA here in the show. But we got to transition to the college game. Oh, some great games when you talk about the Elite Eight. And let's start with Michigan State and Auburn. Janai Broome had 17 points, 11